Hi, Latisha. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Doing good. And so we want to just go ahead and start by thanking you for being our first interviewer, for diving in for everything skin and lifestyle with Just Jazzy 54.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, Latisha, would you please state your profession?
I am a licensed esthetician.
And what is your company's name?
Beauty Whizz.
And spell that, please.
Beauty, Beauty, Whizz, Whizz.
And how long have you been in business?
I started my business in 2018, but I did not become a licensed esthetician until 2021. I started school in 2020 and completed in 2021. But the actual fruitation of the business itself and me venturing into aesthetics and things of that nature came around like 2018.
And so that was the beginning. Was there anything that you could do before you became a licensed esthetician, or were you just formulating your plan to go in that route?
So I had taken a course for microblading for eyebrows. Eyebrows is what essentially piqued my interest and helped me develop into what has now became Beauty Whizz and my passion and love for skincare, and what drove me to go to aesthetic school. I've just always been brows have just always been my thing. It's always been a obsession of mine per se. So microblading was something that I saw. What microblading is, it's a semi-permanent makeup for the brows to enhance and fill your natural brows. It's almost like a tattoo in a sense for the face. And it, again, enhances and develops your natural brow look. So I took a course for that, and then amongst doing that course, I learned a lot as far as some semi-skincare, but symmetrics, dynamics, different states have different rules and regulations when it comes to microblading. So at the time, you did not require an aesthetics license to do microblading. However, it did develop into requiring that, and me just being the person I am and wanting to be very knowledgeable about any craft that I'm taking on, I decided to go into aesthetic school anyway, just to have more, again, of educational background and build that knowledge to perform this service.
Okay. And so what is an esthetician, if you could let everyone know what an esthetician is?
An esthetician is a person who specializes in the beautification of skin. We are not medical health providers, so that would be along the lines of like a dermatologist. Instead, we perform like cosmetic treatments such as facial, superficial chemical peels, waxing, things of that nature to enhance the client's natural beauty.
Okay. How long did it take for you to become an esthetician?
Typical course, I want to say about a year total. It can take longer depending on, the type of courses that you take, the schooling that you go to. But I want to say from completion to end, with meaning taking my state boards, passing my exam, was about a full year, maybe a little bit longer. When I was in school, COVID happened, so that kind of prolonged things a little bit for us.
Okay. And so from beginning to start, it can be roughly around a year.
Correct. But it can be quicker too. It also depends on if you're a full-time student versus part-time student. I was part-time, so I only did classes in the evenings on certain days. So that also prolonged my process. But for a person that's full-time, meaning Monday through Friday, daytime, it could be a lot quicker.
Okay. Where did you do your schooling at? What state? Which state,
I
rather?
went to school in North Carolina at it's a school called Durham Academy. I was actually their first student ever. They were a brand new school, and they have developed into something amazing, and they are now opening their second location in North Carolina.
Oh, wow. Do you ever have you ever been back since you've completed or kept in touch with the company since you were their very first student?
I haven't necessarily been back, but we follow each other on social media. I follow the school, I follow the instructors and the owners. And I've reached out to them just to get an understanding of some things when it came to my licensing and getting when I transferred my license from North Carolina to Georgia, I had to reach out to them for my transcripts and things like that.
Okay, and they were very helpful.
Yes, very, very helpful.
And give the name of the school again.
Durham Academy. It's in Kernersville, North Carolina.
Okay, so let's get to some specific questions since you've provided us with what an esthetician is and the type of services that they provide. So, is there a one-for-all method to treat skin?
No. Everybody's skin is different. Everybody reacts differently to different things. I mean, there are common skin types, like the basics. You have your dry skin, your oily skin, your dehydrated skin. But everybody's skin is going to be different. You can have two people that have oily skin, but in the same sense have two totally different types of skin. That need different things. And a lot of times people confuse dry and dehydrated as the same, and they can be quite different. So, I mean, that's kind of a loaded question, but there's no general just overall skin type or skin care for everyone. It is recommended that everyone gets a facial, once a month. However, everybody can't do that, whether it be financially or, just time. Life is crazy. So not everybody has the time to take that and do that monthly. But that is like the standard recommendation, and along with the at-home skincare. So it is recommended that, we wash our face morning and night. Same way you would brush your teeth. So oral, kind of like your oral care, make sure you do it twice a day. When that would include a cleanse, a light exfoliant, a moisturizer, and as well as a moisturizer with SPF.
Okay, and so being that all of that is required, is a consultation a must-have before any type of treatment is started?
Yes. If you ever go to an esthetician for a facial and they do not do a skin consultation, I would highly recommend you finding someone else. Because you have to know your client's skin and their wants, their needs, if they're allergic to things, if they are on certain medications, because all that plays a factor in what products you can use, what services you can provide. If they've been waxed in the last 24 hours on, their eyebrows, if they're, like I said, with acne medication, certain retinols, if they've had Botox, if they're pregnant. So again, and allergies, because people have allergies to certain things, and it could be minor things just like the scents and smells. Even though, I highly recommend utilizing fragrance-free products, but some people like those things. And a lot of times we use essential oils. So it's very detrimental to the client's care and to provide a service to have that consultation first.
And that's even for your basic facial.
Even with the basic facial, you need to know your client's skin type and their wants, their needs, their concerns. And again, their medication list, their allergies, their medical history in a sense. Because even with a basic facial, you can potentially harm the person's skin more than you can help it if you don't have the knowledge to that information. And, you wouldn't use certain masks or certain moisturizers. The different moisturizers you would use for somebody who has oily skin versus sensitive or dry, or a person that has combination. So you kind of have to align your product usage based off that knowledge of your client's skin and their health.